Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK. Welcome back to Ravenloft. Welcome back, potentially the last time I'm going to say this for the while, to Barovia, as we rejoin our adventurers in the gloomy vale. Ignore the official art of the sunny Barovia. As we rejoin our party here in the gloomy vale. My picture is much better. This gloomy vale of Barovia. A big hello and welcome to everyone who's already there. Sunblighter, thank you so much. 19 months subscribed. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. And a big hello to Papa Dragon, Pondering Oaf, Mooncloud, and Midnight Menagerie. Hope everyone's doing very well. Thank you for joining us. And those of you in the chat there as well, thank you. And of course, those in the VOD squad catching up with us whenever and wherever you can. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Now, before a first time in chat, hello Life Gambit. Hello to you too. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you are ready to enjoy some homebrewed Ravenloft shenanigans here. We have a few more thank yous to say before we jump into things proper. Let us say a big thank you to the wonderful folks at Sirenscape for allowing us to share very quiet music with you. Actually, let me crank it up a bit. There we go. Share music and sound effects with you wherever your players are all over the globe. You can enjoy that. Free 30 days to trial that if you wish to have a go at it yourself over on Sirenscape.com. And then you can become a Super Siren subscriber if you want it in your games all the time. Zeb, hello to you too. And then let us also say a big thank you to the wonderful Nathrax 3D Minis. They have given all of you wonderful people a promo code if you want to get yourself some beautiful 3D printed and, if you so wish, painted miniatures. There is that QuestJunkiesUK code there for 15% off on an order there. Life Gambit's trying to learn the game. All right, welcome in, welcome in. A pleasure to have you here. Have you played at all yet, or are you looking to be a player, looking to be a DM? Welcome in. There are lots of very friendly, experienced people in chat there. You should talk with them.
You want to learn D&D, so you came here where all we do is goof around and make weird jokes? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that's the right way.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
That's way.
Yeah. Occasionally we will roll dice, I swear to God.
There will be. There is an occasional session where there's like maybe just one or two dice rolls, but that's when we get into that good old RP stuff.
I think in one of those episodes I lost my eyeballs.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing, mate? Charlie, Life Gambit in chat there is new and learning D&D. Be wise at them. A player first, then maybe a DM. My experience is just watching. That's all. Oh, great. Who do you like, Life Gambit? Which streams do you like? And how did you find us? I'm curious. Did you see the tweet or something? Anyway, I digress.
I recommend NADPod, Dungeons and Daddies. There are a lot of good D&D podcasts that's all I listen to basically.
Dungeons and Daddies is just the best name.
It's so good. I am contractually obliged and also very happy to recommend all of the people in our stream team down below. Click on that little link down there and you can see many fantastic D&D streamers. Right, okay. Now, as we are rolling on to things here, let me also say one last thank you before we get rolling to the fabulous, scintillating, amazing Emma City Art, official artists of QuestJunkiesUK, who did all of these beautiful portraits for us. It's so nice to have everyone. It's so nice to have everyone on the splash screen at the start there, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the new art that they have coming soon. If you give us a follow, we can get you into that followers Discord, and you can see the art before anybody else, as well as the beautiful video intro that Patch is working on as well. Fantastic stuff. As our 6-part mini campaign is coming up for summer, starting next week, July 2nd. Please do not miss the 6-part piratical shenanigans of the high seas. Now, that said, let us get into Barovia here and into Ravenloft as we rejoin our party. Last time, before we meet these fine folks on the screen that you have before you, they were battling for their very lives against the guardian of a mist talisman. The mist talisman for the far-off desert realm of Harakir. A canopic jar guarded by a dread mummy lord, one that caused them all sorts of trouble and came very close to killing them. By the way, Stephen Colby, if I wasn't doing non-lethal damage because I was trying to recapture them, I would have killed Stephen's character this morning. I took him to minus his max, but it was non-lethal.
Oh my god!
Natural 20 from a drow priestess of Lolth.
Have you murdered Stephen yet? Stephen's character. Let me specify. Even if you're watching, there's no clue.
For legal reasons, I'll say no.
Why are you rolling with disadvantage all the time? What the heck?
As if Zan would let me get anywhere close to murdering the real Stephen.
Snaps to that. Good looking out, Zan. You're the only reason Stephen is alive.
Sorry, excuse us.
I'm sure that's true on many levels.
Reminiscing
if you're
about
watching.
Mutual friends. People who we have met in Japan who are now scattered all over the world. Alright, so yes, you were battling the Mummy Lord and defeated them by the skin of your teeth. The skin of Sporlax's teeth as he noshed his way through the mummy's face.
Sporlax has teeth? He's a mushroom guy. Ugh.
Yeah. Now, Stephanie and Colby have some little secret lore to maybe share with Edgar about Sporlax. What happened at the end of
right.
Friday?
Yeah, so while we were exploring Bavlorna's cottage
in the Feywild,
we came across a jar. It's a campestry.
Campestry, yeah. If people we are talking about this, oh no, not this. Who's that? Someone else's character. That must be Esmeralda. This is what we're talking about. So we're talking about the little mushroom on top of Edgar's head there.
And while we were crossing out of hither and into thither, I don't remember who rolled it, but
Stephanie.
It was Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were crossing through the mist, it pushed us through a random other,
parts of Ravenloft.
It happened to be part of Ravenloft.
That was decided because the mists that are separating Prismea are taken from Ravenloft.
Right.
So you brush across the edge of Ravenloft every time you switch places in that place. Cheers, Gambit. And but I have the table for one-shot roulette of all the different domains of dread, and Stephanie rolled. And sorry, back to you, Colby.
And we crossed right over where we ended last session here in Barovia Beyond, and the campestry in the jar is Sporlax's brother. He was pushing on the jar.
Yeah, he was pushing on the glass. He's he sensed Sporlax somewhere below, and he's like, "My brother."
I can feel it.
That's so good. By the way, everyone. No, you didn't. No, you have your guide with you, Charlie. So it's okay. You're not going to get lost. If you ever try and do that without one of the guides, we shall see what happens.
That
by the way,
would be a whole different thing.
I don't want to see.
By the way, Charlie, on that note, please do continue watching today, right now, because there is something connected to that, which I shall get to in just a moment. Now, thank you very much, Greg, for that little aside, little wackyverse lore there, as we like to mix the streams here. Congratulations to anybody except me who knows what's going on. Now,
I'm just here for the ride, brother.
Robblejax does a pretty good job. They catch some of the more elusive mentions and cross-stream shenanigans. Right, okay. So, yes, anyone who's wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, all of our campaigns are happening simultaneously in the same multiverse and frequently bleed into each other. Now, Bjorn and Craig were literally bleeding into each other last time we were here, and they managed to survive. And you got the Canopic Jar, your Mist Talisman, and as you finished the battle, Madame Ava, the matriarch of the Vistani, one of the matriarchs of the Vistani here in Barovia, came with a couple of her friendos down from the burnt ruins of the Bone Grinder windmill and revealed herself to actually be the physical embodiment of the Lady of the Forest Thane, the seer, that which is concerned with the future, as she entreated you to travel with the Mist Talisman to Harakia, a land of sands and deserts and pyramids and god kings, and retrieve her essence, her spiritual self, and make her whole once more. And she bade you return with her to Tserpul in the far eastern reaches of the valley to collect yourselves and prepare. As the name suggests, we finally made it. Barovia and beyond. We are traveling.
You're now beyond.
Beyond Barovia. Not quite, but very soon.
So now we no longer have access to the bed or the bath section. Rude.
So.
You have to make sacrifice.
Indeed. Literally. Who shall you sacrifice today? No.
No.
Okay.
John, please.
No, it's okay.
We're already down one player, mate.
I'm
You
gonna,
can't do this to us.
Kid gloves today, my friends. I killed an NPC that has been with the Out of the Abyss crew the whole time, and I got in trouble.
Oh.
Very, very stern looks.
Oh, no.
Was it emotional?
Hey, word to the wise. It was emotional, yes, it was. But word to the wise: if one of your NPC buddies is unconscious on the ground next to an angry Drow elite warrior who is about to run off into the woods and wants to stick one to you one last time, don't abandon them to their fate.
Do something about it.
Do something.
I don't think we have NPC buddies in this campaign.
Looks at Sporlax.
Oh yeah, I guess we're like
And the entirety of Argynvostolt. There's a lot of them, but they're not traveling with you. They're not traveling with you.
yeah,
Oh,
but it's
excellent.
like I'm not buddies
Thank
with
you,
the entire soccer team.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, my friends, let us meet these lovely people. Asara, who are you in real life? Who are you playing, and where are they at?
I am. I'm not Asara. I'm Stephanie,
There you go.
and I'm playing Asara Bell, who is a super fun drow rogue. I say super fun. Fun for me, but in reality, she's cranky. Her herself is cranky. And I
Hey,
am
Jeff.
still reeling. Haven't really had a chance to sit down and chat with new companion or old companions to find out, like, in game what's going on.
Mhm.
So
That's definitely something to
she's like, okay, we're still going, and ready for beyond, in that if she stops going, she's afraid she'll fall apart. That's where she's at.
Yeah, thank you very much. Edgar, how about your good self?
There we are. Hello, everyone. I'm Mason, and I play Edgar Phelim, the Spore Druid Mapak. Currently, he is shaking in excitement to be right next to one of the ladies of the Thanes,
His goddesses.
and listening
Indeed.
intently on
Yes.
this quest that they're about to.
Indeed.
It's
By
the
way,
forest thing, right?
this is the Lady of the Forest thing. Yes, the Seeker. The Seer? Seeker.
You said seer,
Seeker.
right?
Se-
She's
no,
the one
it
that...
is Seeker. Sorry, it is Seeker.
Oh,
Excuse me. But yeah, the one that is, she is a seer. She's the one who, she's in charge of the Torokar
okay.
and the Raven, also in charge of the Raven lycanthropy here in Barovia. Sorry, just to sidetrack for a second there. There was a new Kickstarter from Humblewood that was released, mentioned today on my Twitter. If anyone would like to have a look, if anyone wants to check out my Twitter, it's over here. Lots of stuff about what's going on the channel. And Life Gambit, thank you for the follow. I'll give you the followers Discord invite once we're offline later on. And anyone else who wants to jump in there, please do. Okay, thank you, Edgar. Craig.
Hi guys, my name's Colby. Today I am Craig, the Arakocra Swarmkeeper Ranger, who is mighty frustrated with how the last encounter shaped up. He's not usually one to take such a beating, but
it was a very cathartic experience for me.
Right. And he's also had 2 years added to his age, which is not long to begin with. Their lifespan's only about 30 years, so
True.
I don't think that's set in for him yet. But yeah, he's interested in kind of getting his footing before we move on to the next setting.
Yeah, the next domain of dread. Thank you. And last but not least, Bjorn.
Hello everyone. I'm Bjorn. Nope, I'm Shez. I played Bjorn. Yep. No. I see it stuff.
Fellow
I'm
DMs,
Shez,
get yourself players who are in character as this.
I'm Shez, and I play Bjorn. Bjorn Hardborn. I'm Shez Lens in the chat and all socials and on Discord. Now I've fulfilled my obligation of participating in the chat, as you can see. Bjorn, like Craig, is spent a lot of the last fight unconscious, bleeding out, and he's just like, he sees Krieg's a little distraught. He's like, Krieg, man, you can't let this stuff get to you, man. Sometimes you're doing the killing and sometimes you're doing the being killed, man. And but we survived. We're ready to move on to fantasy Egypt and bring back old ladies full divine form. Let's do it. Let's go.
Thank you. And also, speaking of socials and following other people's amazing creative efforts out of the D&D world, Stephanie and Colby have a rather fabulous Instagram for their beautiful art vending machines, which is over there.
Hey, John.
Yeah,
if you guys want to check it out, we have links. Like, we're going to start putting up links to other creative vending machines across the US.
Awesome.
And there's like one in Australia and stuff like that. So you guys are more than welcome. Please follow us. Even if you're not in our area, you might see a machine that's in another area. So check us out. And it helps us out a lot. So we super appreciate it.
Oh, I love the notebooks. These are cute as hell.
All right. So, now, my friends, you travel with Madame Aver and her Vistani back along. Well, let's have a look here. We are not going to be here much longer, so let us enjoy this map while we can.
It's going to be weird leaving my forest home for the first time in ages.
First time ever?
Probably.
I'd say, yeah. Okay, so, my friends, there we go. That has the journey there. Yes, so you started up here in the northwest area by the ruined Rimble there. Papa Dragon! Thank you so much for that gifted sub. Thank you, my friend. Now, you started up here northwest by the old Bone Grinder and the Stone Circle of the Forest Thane, and travelled up, winding through the mountains of the eastern parts of Barovia, and glimpsing as you went through the massive gates that we just had on the screen before. That is when you pass the fork that goes off towards the west, along the precipitous mountain road to Castle Ravenloft itself. Hey, Robojax. And, Asara, Krieg, you cannot help but think, what is happening with Lady Vantablackspire, tucked away in her castle turret? And by the way, Edgar, Vanta noticed the hot air balloon that the others were travelling in across. She was like,
Of course she did.
And
Of course she did.
you travelled across the stone bridge with its gargoyles that you were so terrified of a couple of years ago, Asara and Krieg, in the Curse of Strahd game. I remember the stone bridge here just has decorative gargoyles, and you were so terrified to go anywhere near them. It was like slowly going across, and you get that beautiful. I don't know if you remember, guys, but you get that beautiful view of that wonderful Sir Falls waterfall off to the north west of the bridge. And you can see your destination through the mists clinging to the scattered woodlands here, as you can glimpse Sir Pool a nice little pool of water off towards the village of Barovia. And you wind round and down the hillside through the forests and find yourselves. Edgar, Bjorn, have you ever visited this Vistani village? There's a camp, I should say, just here by the pool. Have you been this far east?
Where's Bjorn from again?
Your family is from the north shore of the lake, Lake Zarevich, up to the far north.
Yeah, from the north shore. So I don't know if
And you have been, I think you've been in the forests around, like between Valaki and the Amber Temple, quite a lot. But
Yeah.
not potentially
But
this far east.
Bjorn has occasionally gone into like a more populated area because he has like associates who live there. But I don't know if it's this Vistani.
It would have been Valaki.
Yeah, it would have been Valaki. So yeah, I don't think I've been out this far.
Yeah. Edgar, how about you?
Yeah, I can see myself like at least seeing the village and stuff like
Okay.
through walking around, but not entering.
Engaging with them.
Yes.
It didn't click for me that Bjorn was an actual local.
Yeah,
Edgar too.
yeah, man, we're from here.
Born and raised.
Indeed. Okay, thank you. So, Asara, Krieg, as you make your way down that forest trail, remembering your first journey down here, not knowing who lay at the end, not knowing that you were about to have your Taruka cards read for you by the great Madame Ava, you emerge from the trees as before and see the merry camp of Sir Pool. More Vistani here than there were the first time you visited. And it's quite a jovial atmosphere now that the lingering dread and shadow of Strad von Zarevich has been drawn away. And
How does it compare to Valaki in size and vibe?
oh, it's just a small camp, tiny compared to Valaki.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a bunch of barrel top wagons drawn up, several larger tents, actual tents, and then a big kind of campfire area and a communal area in the center. And you can see all of the brightly painted wagons around, and various families. There are kids here, dashing about the place, getting into trouble, and you can see a general happy reaction as Madame Ava and everyone return. Huzzah! And
How uniform.
some of the
They practiced it.
yeah, indeed.
It's like the bar from Cheers where you walk in and everyone's
Yeah.
like, Ava!
And some of the teenagers run over and grab the horses and lead the wagon off to be put away, and Ava and the others make their way to the main camp, and as the others gather around them to get the news, because they've been away for quite some time. Like, since they were with you at the Amber Temple, they've been gone for quite a while. So, over to you, my friends.
I lean into to Ava and I'm like, does everyone know that you're a lady of the Thane? Like, are we the last to find out? Like, what's the deal here? How secret should we keep this?
Let's not worry them with things they do not understand or are aware of. You want to know how well known it is? Or how recent it is known? Let me put it this way. When you laid hands on that mist talisman, that is when I knew.
Oh, damn. Well, welcome to Earth, I guess.
Where?
Welcome to Earth.
Oh,
My best Will Smith.
Earth, please, if you don't mind.
Welcome to Earth.
Yep, that's the original. That's the original world. That's where Greyhawk is.
Not that Bjorn would know.
No, I hope not. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Bjorn has Eldred knowledge.
Spelljammer confirmed.
Actually, one of the Thanes is Bjorn. He just doesn't know. How does he know these things? No idea.
As soon as one of you touch like another mist talisman, like I wake up, it's like, oh shit, it was me all along.
Now the problem is, sorry, you've said that, so I can't call it that now.
Oh, darn it.
Oh no!
I could have been OP.
It's the hairiest lady of the Thane knows world. Okay.
Ruining John's side plots since 2019.
Call me
Beyond.
the they them of the Thanes. The they them of the Thanes.
Beyond just strokes his luscious beard and breaks into "This is me."
That was good! I need
Nice.
Kyle watching this now.
Okay. So. Yes, our friend, our new friend there. This is basically how it goes. You wondering how you play Life Gambit?
Yeah, it's a lot of story and jokes, and then occasionally you roll dice to kill monsters.
Indeed.
I'd love for us to kill some monsters just for Life Gambit.
The camp is suddenly set upon by.
You be quiet.
Yeah. We all activate our power morphers, which is a thing, right? And then we all have our, favorite colors. That's D&D, right?
Bjorn made me.
Moon power makeup.
Oh, hey!
Nicole standing with the raid. Hello, raiders. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hey!
We are just getting rolling. Trust
Yeah.
me. Trust me. You have not missed anything yet.
We've yet to roll at all, actually.
You have missed only the best banter.
Absolutely. Banter,
Don't be sad.
Banter and beginning. And don't worry,
I-
don't come it. We will. It's so good, so good. Thank you. But, welcome in, Raiders. I hope you had a fantastic session. How's it going? I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Thank you, that person. How do you pronounce that?
Svitekla Liska. Svitekla Liska.
Liska. Fantastic. Love it. Okay. So yes, welcome in. Welcome. Raid. What is that? Like a stabbing tentacle? Fantastic. Thank you very much. How's it going, Nicole? Hope you're very, very well. Okay, so, my friends, as you arrive here in the Vistani camp at Serpul, yes, indeed. Actually, Madame Aver takes Edgar and Bjorn. She kind of grabs each of your arms and pulls in with that surprising granny strength. She's like,
Right.
One is super tall and the other is super short. She's
Thanks,
just
Oscar.
stretched.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, right, boys. It's been a time of revelations for us all. And here's me with my tarot cards. So, thank both of you for your faith in these times when we have been otherwise occupied. Are you prepared? How can we assist you in your travels beyond Barovia?
I need a sick new outfit that's really cool, like literally, because we're going to somewhere really hot.
Not really our kind of thing, but perhaps some knowledge. We
Yes! Knowledge, please.
Anything.
we
could be
Vistani are
insight?
amongst the most well-traveled amongst the mists here in Ravenloft, and there will be some mention of this location of yours in our Book of the Ways.
Can you read it to us?
I have nephews and nieces for that kind of thing.
To read to, or for them to read to us?
To read to you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You do not get to my age without the joy of delegating.
I like Madame Ava, she's cool as hell.
That
Now-
Ava can hang.
Oh, man.
You, Yevgeny, Visla, out, away from the fire there. Our poor heroes are badly wounded.
Yes, we would love knowledge and a rest of preferably long length.
And she turns, and she's like, Sophia, grab some stew for our friends. And Sarah, Craig, you see Sophia, the teenage girl who was a very big fan of Vanta Blackspire last time you were here.
Yes.
It was the young lady who's the Oracle, right?
No, that was back in the other Vistani camp. That was the the girl that you rescued from the lake.
Right. The other Vistani camp.
Yes, there's the two main camps.
So many of them.
Just the two. There's the one next to Valaki and one.
That was the one with all the drow.
Wow, Colby, it's 2022, my guy. Relax with that kind of language.
Well, yeah, it was just.
Whoa.
Colby starts to cry. He exits the chat.
Actually, Craig, we need to decide. Actually, I think. Do we think they are Avon Drow or Lauren Drow? They are not. They are not Uda Drow. The Uda Drow are the original Underdark.
Underdark Drow,
ones.
yeah.
Then there's the Lauren Drow are the southern kind of jungle dwelling ones. Then the Avon Drow are the Star Elves from up above Icewind Dale, which came and took Chase away. Stole Chase's character away.
Probably Avon.
I think they're Avon Drow. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, as written in the original Curse of Strahd, they are neither. They're not Drow at all. I just did that because of Asara. Then Asara stubbornly refused to reveal she was a Drow in front of them. And you never engaged with that entire plotline.
It was. I was so stubborn because initially, like, we got into the drought, like my secret identity really fast, and I think out of, I don't know, not spite. What's the word I'm looking for? I was like, well, now I'm not going to say anything because John's going to let everybody know. And then I refused. I'm like, no, I'm not Drow. I don't care. It's fine.
Yes, everyone who's watching over there in chat there, thank you for joining us, by the way. Wonderful to have you all here. Asara does not appear as her character artist. She looks like an elf, right? Like a
regular elf.
Regular elf. Yes. Open up.
Totally unassuming.
Wood elf or high elf?
What?
High elf or a wood elf? Did we decide?
I look like a high elf.
A high elf, okay. Thank you. Yes, with your hat pin of
If
disguise.
anything, my misandry gives me away.
So, yes, you do see Sophia, who recognizes the high elf Asara and Krieg, and she comes over and she's like, "Oh, Asara, Krieg, you're back." And she looks around worriedly. Where are Xenicus and Dvanta?
So Vanta had to take a different job.
You can point to Vanta. Like, the castle is looming above you on the mountain
Right.
top. Like, if you look at my background picture here, you guys are like here. The castle is here.
Vanta was our NPC buddy in the castle, right?
Yeah.
Emma might slap you for calling her an NPC, but yes.
Well, definitely not.
Oh, right,
an
Emma.
NPC,
Whoops.
but,
No, she
Yeah,
chose
I
the
think-
bad stuff, and we chose the good stuff.
Krieg would lead with that. Vanta
That was out of
Vanta
character,
had
by the way. I
to
didn't say that.
Yes.
part from us, and she took a different job.
All right. Is she well? Where is she?
Yeah, last I saw her, she's pretty well. She's just up there.
She follows. In the castle? Is she working for him?
No, quite the opposite, actually.
And
She keeps him at bay.
actually, Elisa, Sophia's mother, comes over. It's like, Sophia, we told you that the Dark Lord is no longer a problem. Our brave heroes dealt with that. And she just claps Asara and you and Krieg on the shoulder. Thank you. Like, and her hand like goes through Asara's illusion a little bit, and she's like.
I lean into Edgar and I'm like, does everyone know Dark Lord is dull now? Or are they like, yeah, like, do they think he's dead? Like, what's the deal here?
Well, it was a pretty recent event, so words may have not gotten all the way around.
Yes, and Madame Ava, who's sat in this quite elaborate, like high-backed wooden chair, not quite a throne, but it's verging on the edge of, at the nice focal points where the the fire is nice and warm, but the smoke has been blowing the other direction. She's sitting there and she raises a glass of some undetermined clear liquid and says, "No, he is not dead, and that is the key. That is the genius of you, my friends, and where so many have failed before, because." And she looks up at the clouds above. "The dark powers would never let him die. Foolish adventurers have come through before and killed him and liberated Barovia, but no, the dark powers always brought him back to continue his suffering, his search for his lost love. But these folks," and she turns with a wide spreading of her arms, "these were different. They knew to trap him in a state between life and death. Undeath and life. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, he's like here, but he's not here. You know, like he's just not like a big deal anymore. It's fine.
Indeed.
And he has an eternal guard who likes being alone.
Splendid. Then may that continue forever. And she raises a glass, and various people are... Not so organized that time. Sorry.
Minecraft villagers.
Aww.
So, as the indeterminate clear spirit is passed around and piping hot stew in bowls is laden out with relatively freshly baked bread, big hunks of it torn off and plonked in the side. It does not sink into the stew because it's so hearty and full of all sorts of good turnips and beets and all sorts.
Damn, that's some dense ass stew.
Yes, the teenager Sophia's like, yes, the beets were just delivered from the village of Barovia by dray wagon.
Oh, nothing beats this. And I wait for a high five that never comes.
Sorry.
Sarah recognizes you're waiting and is like,
he goes back to eating.
Sarah,
Kids
Craig,
these days.
Sarah, Craig, and I are referencing perhaps the first pun ever on QuestJunkiesUK. So sorry. Excuse us, a little nostalgic moments here.
Some people make so many puns they can't keep track.
All right. So
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't remember. I do it all the time.
you forgot Beats by Dre? How dare you?
Oh no, you're right.
Dare you?
You're right. No, that was pretty fantastic.
Something
Beats by Dre.
something beats by dad. Something.
That was one of the very first
Sessions.
like puns
Mhm.
here in this
Good morning.
sphere of Barovia.
I just said that.
Indeed. Never a true word said. I know.
Confirmation.
Indeed. I feel validated.
We see you. I
feel seen. Now, as you are enjoying that, is there anything you would like to ask of the Vistani, or are you just awaiting for the appearance of the Book of the Ways?
Have I got my Taraka reading yet? I was supposed to get one at some point.
I believe Esmeralda is going to do that for you.
Okay, well then I'll wait for her to be back on stream.
Yes, just
Don't take that away from her.
I won't. I mean, you can never have too many Taraka readings.
Being caught up in that sandy vortex last time was clearly very, very traumatizing.
It's
for her.
called Saskatchewan, my guy. It has a name.
And I believe, let's see, which of these fine Vistani shall we? Yes, I think actually Sophia's yes, Sophia's little sister, known as Little Rosie, official name, Little Rosie, comes toddling out.
Says
She's little 5-year-old girl, always just hanging around and hanging off Sophia's skirts and always just running between everyone's feet and everything. But she comes toddling out, looking very, very proud of herself. This huge grin on her face as her raven curls tousled around her face, just framing this round face. And she comes out with this very ancient-looking, very thick book of many pages, things stuffed into it, leather-bound book, and her father just smiling. Sympathetically watching her struggle with this big book because she insisted on carrying it herself. Josef, Sophia's father as well, comes out here, and Josef is a fairly rare sight. Is a golden-haired Vistani, and he has a lute slung across his back, and he slowly walks behind his daughter. And she comes toddling, dangerously, veers towards the fire at one point, and comes walking over, and she plonks it down in front of Madame Ava, who just musses up her hair. He's like, good job, little Rosie, good job. And she's like, thank you, and goes off, and then just goes running off to play, and
I would die for that small child.
And
she is quite cute.
As she plonks it down there, Madame Ava turns to Josef, the father, and says, well, Josef, our friends here are seeking to travel to Harekir. What is written in the Book of the Ways? And Josef sits down and starts going through the book, and you see scrawled pages after pages of notes and diagrams and rough sketched maps and little trinkets, feathers and things caught in the pages here from these various realms of Ravenloft that the Vistani have travelled to. And he stabs the page at one point with his finger. Here it is. This is what we know. It is not a great deal, but it will be of some help, I assume. And he opens up the pages on their records of Harekir. Excuse me, jumping over here to Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Or the Vistani Guide to Ravenloft in that case. And Harekir, where are you? Here we are.
That is exactly where my mind went.
Yep. Great minds.
And he starts to intone from the Book of the Ways. Harekir is a land of vast deserts and deadly storms. Water is scarce beyond the land's few oases and the main city, which is known as Muhar. It is ruled over by a pharaoh. Anktipot is his name.
Bless you.
I'm sorry, I did not... I see. Very... Yes, the roll. He is the immortal intermediary between the mortals of Harekir and their gods. He holds court from his vast pyramid, known as Pharaoh's Rest, in the City of the Dead. The people there worship a pantheon of gods, and there is some murmuring that it is not the original pantheon that they originally were worshipping, but there has been a shift in the beliefs of the people there over the millennia. But regardless of who the gods are, the priests of these gods are those in charge. They oversee everything in Harekir, the labor, the agriculture, the trade, justice, punishments that need to be doled out, and religious practices in the Pharaoh's name. the cities are quite the sight to behold. Monuments and tombs, pyramids of past golden ages littering the land. These countless tombs, it is rumored, are all connected beneath the sands. There is a vast underground network that they simply call the Labyrinth, which joins all locations within Karakir. A respite from the hot sun and dangers of the desert, but equally deadly in different ways. The people there, they take to using various death rituals. It is a process called mummification. At which point, little Rosie points at his wife over and says, "Mummy!" Not quite, Rosie. Not quite.
No, she is always right.
Well, little Rosie's mother has not yet had her heart taken out and the bodily fluids drained.
You gotta take your wife out more, man.
Oh, barbaric.
Oh, I believe that's what I'm supposed to do.
I'm sorry?
Oh, for
Alright,
one of the other things.
I forgot
The
Edgar's a
swamp thing.
necromancer.
Oh, yes, yeah, good point. Yeah, there is a bit of a parallel to to what you're supposed to do with the what's the hag's name?
I couldn't remember, that's why I said it with the swamp thing.
What's her name? What's her name? Excuse me.
Baba
Umbrella.
Lysaga?
Baba
Yaga?
Baba Lysaga.
Baba Yaga.
No,
Baba Lysaga.
you're all screwed if it's Baba Yaga. No, Baba Lysaga.
Oh, I remember her.
Yep. I gotta take Baba Lysaga's heart.
That's true. But no, yes, the removing of the heart, the draining of the body of blood, and the wrapping of the remains in linen so that it may be preserved, so that, if needed, the pharaoh can call it into service again. And I will say, the Akirans do have one thing in common with us, and he gestures. The soundscape music that you're hearing is not just moods. There are, several members of the Vistani here just gathered around the fire, playing various stringed instruments. And there's one with a baran drum, and they're just playing all of these. Yeah, some later, absolutely. And yes, the Akirans value music a great deal. They are very accomplished singers and proficient in playing the local instruments there. A reed flute, the goblet drum, the arched harp, and the like. Actually, I believe Yevgeny's is an Akiran harp. He points across to one of the musicians who's playing this interestingly designed harp instrument.
Are there any laws in this land we need to be aware of?
Oh, plenty. Just do as the pharaoh wishes, and I believe the main thing is that order is maintained.
Is the pharaoh a mummy or is he a guy?
I do not know. It is very rare to witness him, and none of us have ever. At least there is nothing here in the Book of the Ways.
So we might have to we're going to fight some guy. Is it the pharaoh?
From what little, actually, Madame Eva, calls out from her chair, where she's just basically, it's just like her nose and cheeks that are poking out of this mound of blankets that are in this chair, and the glass,
Cozy as hell.
the glass just comes up every now and then, just disappears the contents.
We stand a cozy queen.
And she's like, well, there's been no mention of fighting anything.
Well, hold
It's
on.
never mentioned.
We're not just gonna walk in all casual and take what we need and no one's gonna try and stop us.
Well, if our records and the little scant rumor and gossip we have managed to gather is anything to go by, Strahd did not ask these people to safeguard our spirits. the spirit of the Forest Thane is hidden away there without the knowledge of the local people.
Okay.
I
I'm
see.
just saying, we always have to fight the guy.
So,
Well, if we can
Similar-
fly under the radar.
similar to finding a needle in a haystack, I presume.
But the thing is, the haystack doesn't know that the needle's in there, and also the needle's being protected by some guy.
Oh, okay, all right, hold on. I know. I've been, up in the mountains for some time, but okay. So I let me make sure I have this straight. So we're going to Harakir to find a spirit, the spirit of
There will
the
be
forest thing.
there will be something that contains the spirit. It would
Okay.
not be loose and roving free.
Like, we're going to
So-
find like an object that contains the spirit of the Lady of the Forest Thane to make someone,
In many
wink,
ways,
wink, complete.
in many ways, it is quite ironic because he did to us what you ended up doing to him.
Oh.
Intrigued.
So find that vessel and you will find what it is we seek.
The question is, where do we even begin? The open desert or the labyrinth below?
I wager that a Dark Lord trespassing on the realm did not go unnoticed.
So we'll have to ask around real casual, like,
Yeah, you
Fair.
seem like a very casual guy, Bjorn.
I know everyone says that. So wild. Bjorn does not understand sarcasm.
I'm sure that
That's-
the locals will be just fine with us asking after a horrific vampiric Dark Lord interloping on their lands.
I don't know, Greg. That sounds like a touchy subject. I'm making it
So the-
canon now. Bjorn does not get sarcasm.
No problem at all. It's the way it works. It works.
No, it works. It works so well. This is an in-game character face. This is
Yeah.
not a Stephanie face. So don't worry. I'm loving it. Loving it. Especially because Asara is the embodiment of sarcasm.
Okay.
And, like-
if anyone remembers Bjorn ever being sarcastic before, it was an accident.
Wait, so the vessel could be anything? Have you? He looks at Edgar, who he has met before, and Bjorn a little more reservedly. Have you guys done this before?
Well, I traveled to beyond the mist. However, I have not done this whole vessel situation that you've done with Strahd. This will be my first experience.
Bro,
So
I
the
live
vessel
here.
could be anything.
It's good. It could be another doll that Blinsky made for Strahd, or it could be just a random knickknack.
Oh, good. At least we know what we're looking for.
It has to be something.
Indeed.
Any noun will
That
do, I
that is
guess.
correct, Bjorn. That is correct.
I would imagine that Strahd would want to.
Edgar's so supportive.
I think what is key here is that he also Armapak does not understand sarcasm.
Really?
Is the
Yeah,
least
no.
sarcastic. That's
Oh,
that's what I gleaned from when I first met Edgar before the big break when Colby and I had school. Was that Edgar did not understand sarcasm at all. He was 100% genuine all
That's
of the time.
best part of... See, Life Gambit, that's the best part of D&D. You make jokes in character and then they're canon forever. And you just have to deal with the repercussions.
When he says you, he means the DM.
Yeah. You don't have to deal with anything. You're a player.
Now,
Oh,
as Madame Eva says, I believe it will probably be something of the realm, so that it will be anchored there, stronger. There are a great many ties that are formed between the domains and those objects. The talisman which you will be using to travel between our realms, it only works because it is of that domain.
Oh.
Interesting. Ooh. The spirits could be trapped in a coffin of some kind. Their version of a coffin.
Perhaps.
That can be a possibility as well. Ooh, how exciting. I've been in Barovia for so long.
Oh, hey, me too.
Well, you're welcome to rest here, and I guess tomorrow, past the village of Barovia, and then into the mists.
To
Yes, so we'll have to figure out something. See if we can bring some water. He did say that water was a little scarce over there. Maybe we could use it as a bargaining chip?
Potentially,
currency.
Hmm.
Let me just say that it is something we have in abundance. She points to the pool. You're welcome to as much of it as you can carry. Perhaps you should
What do I
take.
have that is watertight? Is my immediate thought. I'm sorry, Joe.
Perhaps you should take one of our wagons.
Ah! Didn't even consider that as an option.
Or Esmeralda's. Esmeralda, why are you ignoring us?
I wonder if her spirit horses will turn heads.
Potentially. Although, maybe this is a realm more comfortable with undeath than other places.
That's fair,
Esmeralda's
given
like,
their
ooh, thank goodness.
preservation methods.
Our reborn friend. Yes, anyone joining us?
yeah.
Anyone joining us who's familiar with Curse of Strahd? Esmeralda de Avenir is not quite whom she was. Reborn.
I'm going to need sunglasses. I can't just be walking around with fucking gaping holes in my face.
Oh yes, I'm sure that would horrify the locals, yes.
Like, I know we're all cool with it. I mean, you can tell when I'm making eye contact because my holes are looking into your eyes. But, I don't want to, talk to a shopkeep and he's like, oh, you got no eyeballs. And I'm like, man, I just want some water.
This is not a
What?
detail that was discussed
Oh,
when
yeah.
we came back.
Yeah, what does Bjorn
does
look
not have
like?
eyeballs.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Two cavities.
I made like a
Bjorn,
deal
I've
with like a
never
demon or
noticed.
something.
Your severe lack of jelly balls. What? Why are they missing?
Well, they kind of melted.
How do you see?
I assume magic, like when I hold my hands over where my eyes used to be, I can't see. So something is functioning as eyes for me.
Wait.
So your eyes just melted and you didn't even notice because you could still see?
Well, I felt like some goopy hot liquid running down my cheeks, and then someone told me that I didn't have eyeballs.
When did this happen?
Oh, just like a couple days ago in the castle.
In Ravenlaw.
We
Yeah,
were at
did I tell you about
the
that
Amber
lich I met?
Temple.
Yeah, that lich gave me more paladin powers and took away my barbarian powers, which is, a pretty good trade, I think. And also my
lich.
eyeballs melted. Yeah, like, once we free Barovia from the mist, we are going to unleash a lich into wherever, but that's someone else's problem, man.
Wait,
Hold on.
wait a second.
I just picture Bjorn's been wearing sunglasses this whole time, and then he's like, but my lack of eyes.
No, I need the sunglasses. I need sunglasses.
Okay.
It's
Oh
also
my
going to be
gosh.
so bright in this desert. You know, I've never been to a desert, but I hear it's very bright.
Now, hold on. We are glossing over some serious details. Craig, I was gone for like a week.
I was gone for a week.
1 week.
Craig's there with the pizza boxes.
Yes.
Nice.
I was gone. I was with the Queen of Birds for 1 week.
Oh, how's that?
It was very enlightening, actually. But
I feel like all we do is talk
hold
about
on.
me.
We're talking about a lich.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
well,
a rather kind lich. I will not lie.
he was like
Evil.
cute or whatever. It's not a big deal. We're not like
Okay. No.
we're just friends.
Okay. What? I don't know what language you guys are speaking, but those two things, that
Draconic.
noun and those adjectives, not quite.
I feel like there's 2 Berts and 2 Ernies, and everyone knows who they are.
Okay. So
That means
you guys
everyone's gay.
went to the castle.
Yeah.
You met a lich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where?
In the castle.
At the
Okay,
Ember
yes.
Said that. He said
He's not,
that.
he's not
like,
talking about the castles.
doing sarcasm squared, looking at Craig. Asara's like, he said that. He said that. He said in the castle. So you just took whatever, gave up your eyes, and that's it. That's all you had to give up was your
Now
eyes.
hold on.
Madam
It
Ava,
was
Madam Ava's
an
like,
emo-
I thought I was the one with the memory going. I'm of the age for it. No, you were at the Amber Temple. That's where we came and saved your ass.
Oh, sorry. The Amber Temple. Yeah, you know what? Castle, temple. You know,
Okay.
sometimes.
In the southern mountains, Craig. We went up there.
Oh,
we,
right.
we rescued them from your werewolf Arakokra friends.
Ah, the
Ah.
werewolves. Okay.
Yeah. Now it all makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
So
hold on a
Egypt?
second.
So fantasy
what I'm
Egypt?
telling you-
Edgar
Look, there were
puts his
some
little
creepy
paws-
statues that spoke
Oh.
to us, and one of them was like, "Do you want more paladin powers?" And I'm like, "That would be helpful. I'm trying to free the ladies of the Thanes."
Edgar puts his paws on Bjorn's eyes and is like, now off the topic of Bjorn's lack of eyes.
Oh, I can feel your thumb.
Oh no!
It makes like a squelching sound.
There is not. It's nice and dry now. It's just smooth ceramic inside.
Hold
Ew, ceramic.
The implications here are worse. So the Amber Temple is holding a lich?
Yeah.
yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everyone in chat, can you spot which parts of Curse of Strahd Asara and Krieg did not do?
Okay.
Did you miss like a key plot point in Curse of Strahd?
Yes, I was with the Queen of Birds.
Oh, how was that?
we
Very
were
much.
migrating at the time across the whole ocean.
Yeah.
That would be why.
Now, okay. Okay. Amber Temple, there's a lich inside. Got
Yep.
it. Edgar, you said that when we free the ladies of Thanes, the lich will be free?
Yeah, he'll just be
when
loose.
So when we free all of the things, that should release the mist, therefore returning us to the mortal realm, which will also bring the Amber Temple that where the lich resides in.
Okay, that tracks.
You know, and Ava like turns to one of the other Bastanians like, wasn't it Tolly? Tolly was saying something about having a lich problem, wasn't he? And the other one's like, no, Madam Ava, he had a witch problem.
Sorry,
It's like,
which problem was that?
oh, just where is he? Tolly!
It was the witch problem, not the lich problem, Bjorn. Not the lich problem that took your eyes. It was the witch problem. That's witch problem that the lich was. Like Asara's so done. She's like, don't you get it? Don't you get it? It all makes sense. It
I
all
don't
always
have
makes
a
sense.
lich problem.
And then she runs off
We're
to go get a
just
beer.
friends.
Not runs,
I
but she's
don't
just
have
like,
a lich problem. It was amicable, right? He kept my eyes.
Look, Tolly will sort this out. Tolly, where is he? Where is he, Ivan? And
We're
he's like,
never gonna roll a single
Yep,
dice.
go get Tully. Tully knows.
And so this fellow Ivan turns up. He's like, yes. And he turns to his friend next to him. He's like, where is Sir Tolliver? Do you know? And and he walks off.
Is that a no?
John.
Exactly that. This is not an in-game character base.
Crick, what did I say? What did I say
Oh.
about? What did I say
is
about
this the NPC you killed?
traversing parts of Prismea
No.
without a guide?
Sir Talavar is a fairy dragon who's a knight of the Summer Court in Prismere. Like
Could
the
you
Fey
imagine if I
realm.
wasn't a D&D player and I just heard like a series of nouns that should never go together?
Who left you and went to travel through the mists back to the Summer Court by himself without a guide?
Oh, hell.
He's like, "Oh, what is that? Someone's got a problem with a lich? Oh, I faced down a lich or two in my day." And you see Ivan coming back. So, Stephanie rolled the 1.
Oh
Hither
my God.
and Barovia are linked together. A small fairy dragon with a beautiful curling moustache and wings like butterfly wings behind it comes flying alongside Ivan and alights on the arm of Madame Ava's chair. Ah, Madame Ava, you have returned. It is my pleasure as always to greet you and your companions here. Ah, who, might I ask, are you? You look familiar. No, sorry, excuse me. Huh? What? Tell me, Charlie, chat.
Craig has never seen anything like this before. So he's quite apprehensive. But when he sees Sir Talavar's mustache, he is immediately softens and
Kindred spirits.
he will extend a hand out for a handshake. Oh, I'm Craig. Nice mustache, by the way. And he'll like kind of do his own.
So let me grab our friend here. I should definitely
Oh my
let him
God.
Oh, this is a picture. You guys are gonna want to see this.
Where are you, my friend? Handouts. There we go.
I think Bjorn has no concept of what's normal and like not normal, so he just like just goes with the flow. He'll just like dap up anybody who shows up and says hi.
There we go. Okay. Ah. There he is.
Oh, this is someone's Sonic OC.
Yes.
Literally everyone says OC do not steal. You can't use this. This is someone's Sonic.
This person didn't say it, so it's free game.
So
Those cheekbones though, oh my god.
Yes, I think that's one of the first things I said when we saw the artwork.
His
Satanavar,
face is so sculpted.
Stephanie, Colby. I'm afraid Satanavar did not reach the Summer Court. No help
Can
from...
you zoom in on the face for our viewers?
That's as close as I can get, I'm afraid.
Ah,
So
Satanavar is here, no longer in Wild Beyond the Witchlight. He is here in Barovia as he tried to traverse the mists alone.
Oh my God.
He's like,
foolish
"Ah,
dragon.
good day to you all. Other travelers from beyond, if I'm not mistaken."
Yes, of course. Tis a pleasure. And this is Sporlax. I'm Edgar.
Oh God! Don't you start singing! Don't you start singing! And Sporlax is like, "Why would I bloody sing?" He's like, You're a campestry. It's all they do, incessantly, all the god's damn time."
Barovia takes the singing out of it, I suppose.
Well, haha, silver linings. Now, where are you all traveling to? I appear to have been a little waylaid myself.
Harakia, ever been there?
I have not. These fine folks tell me this is a place called Ravenloft.
Yep, that is correct.
No, man, this is like a tent or something.
And we're all kind of stuck here for now.
Yes. But apparently these folks, next time they travel to the material plane, will be taking me with them. So, I am looking forward to that immensely. And I thank you, gracious Madam Ava, once more, as always.
What a kind man. Good stuff.
Sporlax is like, I don't like him.
Oh,
So you can shed some light on the Lich Witch problem?
Well,
Guys, we don't have a problem. Our only problem is getting to Harakia, finding Spirit of Lady Thane. Lady of Spirit Thane. Spirit of the Lady of the Forest Thane.
There you go.
that sounds like a magnificent quest. If you require my aid, I will, of course.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if I need
hates
to
this
cut
guy.
glass, I'll call your cheekbones or whatever, man.
Well, then I shall bide my time, and no, you're right. I should get to Lady Titania as quickly as possible. The goings on in the Feywild are quite out of control. And apparently, if I'm traveling with these Vistani, then I will be able to go beyond the mists. And if I can return to the material plane, then all I have to do is find... Sorry, I went Barovian for a second there. If I can return to the material plane, then all I need to do is find a Fey crossing, and then, haha, Robert's your mother's brother, and I shall be back in the summer court.
I don't have an uncle.
How common are Fey crossings?
Oh, if you know the right place to look, my feathered friend. Ha! Actually, I believe there are quite a few around. Are you familiar with a place called Unicorn Run? You are.
Yeah, I grew up there.
Ah, there are several around there. I'm surprised. Well, I suppose it's quite fortuitous that you didn't fall through any whilst you were running about there as a lad.
Oh yeah, my family would they would freak out if I ever went missing. No. They're fine now. I'm officially on paper. I'm on a mission, but
how intriguing, Krieg. You could have been in a full mystical land, and here we are in Barovia. Looks up at the gray clouds.
I know, right? Edgar is pretty cool.
This place is quite mystical on its own.
Oh yes, I love the mountain air in the lungs.
It is very clean, I will say that.
Yes, not like the Feywild. You never know what you're inhaling, and all sorts. Very, very strange visions indeed.
Craig is gonna look in his cup and put it down, and he's going to look at everyone and say, you know, I think it might be time for me to get a little bit of sleep. A lot has happened in the last several hours, so...
Oh yes, always good to be rested, and just in case raiders come flying on by, like those rabble from Corsair's Cove come charging in here.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey Josh, how you doing, mate? Hello everybody, welcome in, raiders. Hope you're
My
doing
neighbor
very,
was
very well.
naming.
Hope you had a fab session. Oh, Josh, did you have your game with swag? They stole swag from us, bastards.
You're playing with swag?
They did.
Swag is Other John, right?
Yes.
They stole Other John?
I hope you had a. I hope
Other
if that
John?
if that was
Swag's name is not swag.
no,
Just
it's
so I don't know. I don't know if
Believe
that
it
was
or not.
apparent or not. But
surprise.
No, I thought it was maybe like a
What
title.
could swag possibly be short for?
Swag,
No.
Swagathy the Third.
Swagward? Swagward tentacles.
How did you know? No. Welcome in everyone from Corsair's Cove.
Swagathy.
I hope you had some good
Oh.
times. I assume in Humblewood. I think I saw the
Swag
Discord thing before. I hope it was a grand old time. Hey, Josh, if you're still there, mate, did you see the new Humblewood Kickstarter that was announced? Woot, woot, woot. New things to play with. Okay, now. Yes, ignore why we have a Well Beyond the Witchlight NPC in our Barovia game. Just return to the map here. Boom.
It's called cameos. Watch a Marvel movie once.
That's why we coined the term the Wackyverse, because it was actually Steven who likened it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe first.
Yeah, dude, you guys should sue them. They're using the suffix verse a lot.
There's a few things that have happened in our games and then have shown up. Whoa, scary tentacled monsters. Right, okay, now. What beasts lurk in the cove? Okay, so as you are heading off for the evening, let's just chill out there. You make your way off to various tents and wagons and places that are provided for you to rest. And, my friends, you may all take the benefits of a long rest.
Woohoo!
Well deserved.
Now let's go right back out there and get killed again. It's what our fans deserve.
Bjorn,
Hello.
as you slumber in the tents provided for you, you starts to dream.
Do I have eyes in the dream or no?
You can't see.
important.
There
Oh,
are no-
true.
Hey, my guy, what happened to my Toroka reading? Why did I not get my Toroka reading? And you see Toroka cards swirling through your dream as various cards rise up in front of you. Foreboding visions of dark potential futures and some enticing hints at treasure and good fortune as well. But they are torn away from you, refusing to resolve into any kind of pattern, any kind of solid reading. And you find the vision of the cards disappearing into the mists as the way forward also lies invisible beyond the mists on the edge of Barovia, the edge of your world, the edge of everything you've known. You start to run forward towards the mists, ready to hurl yourself beyond Barovia, beyond everything you've known, into these new domains of dread. But the mists keep moving further and further away, never coming closer, no matter how fast you charge towards them, charge towards your fate. And then the mists brighten, almost blindingly so. You raise up your arm to cover eyes, sockets, in the shoulder. And as you become accustomed and bring it down, you see ahead of you sands stretching, hemmed in by mountains, much like Barovia is, but jagged, stony mountains without any snows or trees. And up upon the mountainside in front of you, there is a gigantic tomb, forebodingly looming over the desert. And in front of that tomb, there is a gigantic jackal-headed statue. Its head very reminiscent of the top of the canopic jar. Being the only landmark around, you start to stumble through it, you slipping on the sands, the fine dry grains sliding beneath you as you half slide, half run down the large dune beneath your feet. You stumble to the edge of the sands, onto the hot, jagged rocks, clambering up, reaching towards the dark entrance, the promised cool of the interior of this tomb, with its jackal-headed guardian. Not only the statue, you see figures emerge from the front of the temple, the tomb in the mountainside, wearing robes, hooded robes with jackal-faced masks, concealing their features, as the harsh sun of Harakir glints off viciously curved daggers. Yes. There will be guys to fight. And they leap, mountain goat like rock to rock, scuttling down the stones towards you, those curved daggers flashing in the sunlight. And as they rush in to attack you, the vision fades, and sleep takes you properly once more. Edgar. You find yourself falling, a dream you've had many times before, desperately trying to wild shape into anything, something that can bear you aloft, stop you crashing into the ground below. But as you do so, as we can hear the swarm of ravens come spiraling around you, gathering you up in the midst of them, and like a huge murmur of starlings just charging through the mists, bearing you along with them, until, as with Bjorn ahead, the mists become impossibly bright. You pull down your mushroom cap, and as you peer out from underneath it, you too see the sands, the burning hot sands of Harakir stretching far out. On the horizon you can see the deadly swirling vortexes of the massive sandstorms that churn, and you hear on the voice of the ravens, breath of the forgotten, breath of the false, as these two whirling vortexes of sand and stone, promising death and destruction to any who find themselves in the desert, are just dancing around, waltzing around each other out there in the sands, between the small oases and huddled masses of civilization and monuments that they have erected here to their god king. You find yourself soaring over the mud-bricked houses, the low, humble abodes of the workers and slaves of Muhar, the main city of Harakir, and you see the upper end where the priests live, grand temples, pyramids, monuments, obelisks rising up, the various animal-headed gods lining the streets, looking down on those oppressed slaves, workers, worshippers, all in line, all doing the bidding of their god king through the mouthpieces of the priests of Harakir. You see all of them moving in line, moving with one purpose, although something, as you swirl over this, seemingly everyone's completely unaware of this cloud of ravens that bears you with them across the top of the city here. And as you are borne across there, you see off to the side darting figures flitting between alleyways. There are dissenting voices. There are those who work against the priests, against these false gods, those brought upon this world by the God King to replace the true gods of the past. There are those who seek to change things in Harakir. The cloud of ravens bears you through, across, over the edge of the city limits of Mahar, over the glistening waters of the large oasis there, and up into the sky, forming a dark cloud, the only thing blotting out the sun in this empty oven of Harakir. And things go dark again. Sarah. You find yourself stumbling through sands, but cool nighttime sands. You see an impossibly starry sky above, and the moon shining down, mirrored in the waters of a beautiful oasis. And on the edge of that oasis, a gigantic date palm rising up out of the relatively fertile banks of the oasis, which quickly gives way to the sands. Huddled around this vast tree, you see a cluster of buildings, a walled enclosure, guards protecting the water from those who would monopolize it, force travelers to pay exorbitant fees. You stumble forward. The guards see you. Hold there! Little Hedge, are you okay? You look up at them. Please, come in. There is water, food, shelter. You'll be safe from the dangers of the desert tonight. There is a creaking as a large, thick wooden gate, iron-banded and studded, creaks open, and you are ushered inside. Friendly faces in helmets and armor nod and welcome you. A very strange style of armor, the type you've never seen, kind of plates hanging down the sides, animal figure on the front of the helm, which looks like it can be dropped down over the face, but isn't at this moment, not here, and without any danger to face. And they say, "Come now, little Hedge. You must be exhausted. Wash off that desert sand. Have a drink." And you kind of stumble, suddenly finding yourself completely exhausted, weary from whatever journey it is you've made, from so very far away. And you thankfully collapse down on your knees and reach into the water, cupping the water, shimmering with the moonlight disturbed on the surface from the ripples you've created, cupping the water in your paws and splashing it up onto your face. And Stephanie looks down in the water as it stills. At Tarina's face.
I thought you were saying at first that I saw my human self face, and I was like, meta! That's better, though. Tarina's face
Meta
is
enough,
better,
I think. And the surface of the water is disturbed again. And the ripples go out. And the vision fades. Crick. You, your wings wide, swoop down through a mountain valley, harsh stone jagged on either side, the hot sun beating, the sweat drenching your feathers, making it difficult to fly. You've never tried to deal with this kind of intense heat. The figures chasing after you, also winged creatures. Large, impossible creatures. Their 3 heads. Dragon, ram, and lion snarling and growling as they chase. Their scorpion tails lashing behind their outstretched wings as these 3 chimera chase you down the valley towards the pool. Towards the pool you know you have to get to. You know you have to get to for Asara. The oasis of 6 tears. The pool promised to heal all maladies, to remove any curse. You know now that the alpha male, the Lugaru, is dead. Asara's lycanthropy can be cured. And you know, you heard from the locals here in Harakir, this oasis of 6 tears. You know these waters can cure your friend. If you can just make it, if you can just escape these creatures. You tuck your wings in, go into a barrel dive down towards the stony ground. The chimeras do the same, chasing after you. Their gout of flame erupts from one of the draconic heads. You swiftly turn out of the way, swooping your wings out at the last minute and swooping down along the bottom of the stony, pebble-strewn oven of a valley. You see the glint of water. You see it ahead of you. And you see another creature. Human torso and head on a lion's body, huge wings tucked up behind it, standing, waiting. A word in your mind. Sphinx. It looks at you and smiles with a toothy grin. It raises a paw, almost lazily. The chimera chasing you are frozen in time, snarling, jaws agape, snarls cut off by this freezing of time as the Sphinx looks at you. And you were worried about a couple of years. They raise the paw again. The sun stops streaking overhead impossibly fast, round and round again as time is accelerated, and you feel yourself aging, reaching out for the water, the tears of Sek that can cure anything, the ones that Asara needs to get rid of this lycanthropy. And you stumble, your wings molting, the feathers falling out. You crash to the ground. You crawl across the stones, the hot stones still heated by the sun of the day. Harakir's unforgiving eye burning down across the entire domain of dread. And you lose the energy. So tired, so old. As the sun streaks round again and again and again, and Krieg ages and ages beyond the natural life of Aarakocra. And our view pans out. A sphinx, laughing at a bleached white Aarakocran skeleton. Rise and shine, sleepyheads. I hope everyone had a lovely evening's rest.
I shout, "It's a jackal! It's a jackal!"
No, my name is Jakob. Jakob. I'm sorry, we are not introduced. Breakfast is ready.
Yo,
Oh, good.
what up? I dab him up, and then he's like, "I'm Bjorn. I don't have eyes. I'm from here."
Oh, it is alright. We are from Barovia. We are quite accustomed to such terrors. No.
Terrors.
True.
Rude, but okay.
That's fair. And
Thank you
Craig
for
will
indulging me.
hit Bjorn on the back of the shoulder as he passes him.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I do enjoy a good dream sequence. So thank you for the indulgence.
Yeah, man, it's good.
And
Good. That's great describing you did there, man.
thank you. Describe the crap out of it, apparently.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
Cheers, Dragon at Rest. And not planned either, I should say.
You tell me that you didn't have that pre-written?
No.
That's pretty wild, man.
No.
It's almost like narrating is your job?
How
One of them.
weird.
But that was all very useful and important information, and
Uh-huh.
in canon Harakir stuff. So do keep tabs.
Remind me to avoid Sphinx.
Over breakfast, I tell the group, guys, you'll never guess the dream I had. I was right. We're definitely going to fight some guys. And also, there's like a jackal-headed jar. I feel like maybe that's holding Lady Spirit Thane.
No,
Spirit Lady Thane.
You have that already. That's the Mist Talisman.
Oh right.
You have that. Look, I saw it in your pocket.
right.
Osiris
but,
just
like,
wrote like, you mean this? Taking it out of Bjorn's own pocket.
Like-
Oh. Okay.
You walk over to the fire. Esmeralda's like there sketching it in her journal.
All right, maybe. Okay, but still, guys to fight. I definitely heard that part in my super weird dream last night.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had a really peaceful dream, but I was so tired.
Oh, did you like see anything? Like any specific things though? Things you
I
want
saw
to share?
lots of things with my eyes.
Yeah, I see
Hey,
stuff too. I just don't
now,
need
Sarah.
those.
Rick is like, whoa,
Oh,
no need to get personal.
What's it like
Meanwhile,
needing
Bob's like,
poop balls in your face to see?
Normal. Feels normal. Feels regular.
You know, normal, I believe, is a synonym for boring as hell.
Mm.
Uh,
Yep, that's what my life has been. That's what it
Actually,
is.
I think it's relative. Anyway,
No, we're actually not related.
I had a horrific dying dream.
I'm dying to hear about it.
Is Madame Eva around?
she does rise up. Yeah. I mean, of course, she's ancient. She's been awake since 3.
All right. Madame Eva, what can you
Damn,
tell
John,
me
what's that
about?
like?
I'm looking forward to those. I'm
Sphinx.
very much looking forward to those times. It's bloody sleep.
Is there anything in your book?
What's that, Craig? In the Book of the Ways?
Anything about Sphinx?
It is a manner of creature that would be quite at home in Harakir, yes.
Hmm.
What else did you see?
They have some sort of time magic.
Oh, you do not want to be fucking with that.
No,
Hey.
no, not at all.
I'm a fey goddess, and I wouldn't fuck with that. Unless
I
you
once
travel to the
heard
Feywild, but that's
tale-
not my fault. That's on you.
I once heard tale of a legendary Knight of the Moon who did that once, and it didn't end that great for him.
Weirdly, wounds aside, it was a little bit harder to get out of the nest this morning. And he kind of rolls his shoulder and stretches his arms, and he's definitely a little bit more crackly than usual.
I think as you do that, little Rosie falls out from under your wing. Ah! Sorry. Just runs off.
I catch her. I 100% catch her.
Thank you.
Oh wait,
Used
no,
to it.
I'm not oops all decks anymore. I don't know if I can catch her anymore.
Okay, give me. Here you are. Here's our roll for tonight.
Hell yeah!
give me,
Is
give
that,
me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand? Oh, damn. You sure
Reflexes.
it's not athletics?
Reflexes, baby.
If I dive, is it athletics?
That's endurance. That's endurance. I'm sorry.
Damn. Alright, cool. Sleight of hand. Let's do it. Woo!
Funny
That's a
thing is,
nine,
if you just
baby.
left her alone, she would have landed on her feet, no matter what.
How'd you go,
But
Bill?
now it's a 9. So now what happens?
You reach out. Not quite fast enough. She just clips your arm and cartwheels onto her shoulder. There's a sickening
Holy
crunch.
crap. Wait, what? She cartwheels onto her shoulder?
No, she's
Yeah.
fine. She's fine. She's
Crumples.
but she's like all 5-year-olds, and she just it
Oh,
looks
yeah,
it looks
that's true.
terrifying, and everyone
just
goes, and then she just runs off.
Yeah, she's invincible.
It's like, what's that? Have you seen that amazing that little comedy video where it's like a plane crashes on a kid, and there's the parent and a friend, and the friend starts to go, oh my god, and the other one's like, no. They only cry if you point out that they've hurt themselves.
That's true. That's 100% true. It's the kids always reacting to
Right?
what you think is bad.
It's like if you keep calm, and they both stay calm, and the kid just comes toddling out of the explosion. It's amazing. Okay. Now,
We have the best sidebars on this channel.
Edgar, how about you?
You see, well, I was in
oh, sorry.
Muhar, which, the main city of Harakia, and I was able to at least find out that there could be potential allies. Possibly there are people who are tired of the ways that Harakia just ran. So,
Edgar, I'll also retcon a little bit in there. You also heard the name whispered on the wind, Senmet.
then
Senmet.
Bless you.
A very wide range of sneezing noises, apparently.
Sandman! Ugh, excuse me, guys. It's allergy season.
I'm not.
So
12 months of the year in Japan.
Group, some kind of rebellion?
Possibly, yes.
A rebellion. My place was peaceful. It was very calm. There was a big tree, and I was an animal.
Oh,
Would I know? Would Sarah know what a hedge was?
Yeah, Sarah knows the humble folk, definitely. Yeah.
I was a hedge.
oh.
Do the rest of us know what a hedge is?
Yeah, Humblewood's a big thing. And, all the humble folk are everywhere in our campaign world.
Okay, cool.
Although, actually, I suppose Bjorn and Edgar wouldn't know, because the Mapak are the only ones here in Barovia.
Okay. So you were like a bush? Like a bunch of leaves?
Yeah.
No, I see what you asked.
No, it's okay.
Like
It's like you took an Edgar and put a big spiky shield.
Yeah, you
on
know when
his
Edgar
back.
casts Spiny Shield. Yeah.
Oh,
He does that semi-regularly.
Interesting.
Kind of like
Right.
So
right.
a macaque with spikes. How
Right.
intriguing.
It's
Kind
a
of.
Sonic.
I mean,
Gotcha.
Sarah, Craig, you could describe it using hedgehogs. They do have hedgehogs in Barovia.
No, too easy.
And like they
No,
wear
that-
like white
That's a
gloves
goofy
and red
Pluto
shoes.
situation.
They love rings.
Yeah, that makes it too weird.
They eat chili dogs all the
It's like,
time.
you know how Edgar's just a raccoon, right? So,
You know how
Well,
he's just slightly
we're
larger
finding
than
an
normal
actual
raccoon?
And I just
There's a
start feeling
cursed
uncomfortable.
raccoon, so I was a cursed hedgehog.
Oh, I love that. For
And
you.
then we have a
That's great.
small
No,
roving
you
gang
curse.
of bears.
yes, and I prefer to call it blessed.
You keep that word out of your mouth.
What?
So,
Uh,
a riotous breakfast is enjoyed by all, and if there's nothing else, then there is a short journey to make.
we make sure to pack up as much water as we can.
Yeah,
And
I'm
we
trying to
take all
think of
the
how I'm
supplies
gonna
they could
carry
possibly
water.
spare.
Well, if as everyone's seeing, like, getting ready to carry buckets, like, she's okay, I can take care of our water problem, and before you fill them up, I, like, do a little twirl and, like, finger, and, like, a little fountain of water comes out as I cast great water
What?
into their bucket.
Nice.
Oh.
How much can you create?
10 gallons.
That's a lot of water.
Just 10 gallons of water.
I like how you just wasted that to show off right now, and you just created 10 gallons of water just on the ground.
You accidentally put out the fire. Everyone's like, "Hey!"
No, I think that, like,
fountain pouring into, like, buckets that, like, Creed was
right,
carrying
I
really
think
fast.
that Craig probably would have, like, carried over, like, an empty barrel or something.
A bunch of the kids are like jumping around in it, like fire hydrant just got busted.
Yeah, it's just a constant stream that's going until 10
It's
gallons.
like, I can't turn it off. No.
It's up to 10 gallons. You can absolutely turn it off.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so you seem to be. I think Edgar's just gonna stay in Harakir, just setting himself up as this big water baron. Like,
Yeah.
Your side
the water
story.
boy. I'm like,
Okay. Yeah, well, Madame Eva provides you with some empty barrels to go with your wagon, and there are some furs and things piled into the back of it. 2 people can sit up front, and there is room in the back for the other 2. 3, I guess.
Oh, do you want us to like decide in order?
That guy.
Yeah, who's driving? I mean,
Craig actually
Esmeralda offers to drive because she's used to it.
Where is it? Craig is proficient in land vehicles,
There you go.
so
Nice.
he'll drive.
Okay, so I think Esmeralda's going to take the chance of taking a breather then. But she says, Edgar, I think you should go up front too, as the other Mistwalker. There should be one of us.
smart idea, Esmeralda. And like, Edgar will hop on right next to Creed.
This is Bjorn's first time mistwalking, so he's like between the two, being like, so what happens next? Like, do we like open a portal? Like, how does this go? He's like really excited.
Are we nearly there yet?
Are we mistwalking
I'm
yet?
trying to think of an eyeless face being excited.
Anyone?
Oh,
I mean, he still has
Anyone?
brows.
Mac, are you out there? Please do some
Oh,
fun.
I have sunglasses now, by the way. At some point, Ava gave me like sunglasses. That like, I'm not gonna walk around Fantasy Egypt without sunglasses.
Magically tinted. Yes. Okay.
Well, they
I
could
love
be
it.
those eclipse glasses that people used to wear in like pre-sunglasses culture. They would like if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's like that like thin slit, and like you can't like.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
how
It could
canon.
be that. Yeah,
That works.
that's cool as hell, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could just be sunglasses.
No,
Whatever.
that's better. Let's make it a bit more plausible.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. I like it. Okay, so yeah, that was crafted for you during the evening. And
Holy shit, Jacob, you're like a wizard with this shit.
looks slightly kind of like Mad Max kind of vibes.
I put them on, and my vibe totally changes. Witness me!
As Edgar's there with his 10-gallon water finger.
Oh my god.
And the Vistani waving you off, and Madame Ava at the front, making meaningful eye contact with you all, whilst not particularly able to say anything here in front of everybody. Be safe, and come back. There are preferably 2 other places for you to visit.
But of course.
And you clatter up this trail, meeting up with the old Svarik Road and winding east, where once you came west. You pass through the village of Barovia, still fairly subdued and downtrodden, despite the absence of the Dark Lord. His presence is still there in the castle, looming over everything. And you continue along the old Svarik Road, across the large meadow that is north of the Ivlis River there. And as you see the trees of the Svarik Woods crowding in around the road once more, Azara, Krieg, you see the vaguest remains of a broken down garden wall and wooden timbers where Death House once stood and collapsed in upon itself, with Azara very narrowly escaping.
Yeah.
Almost lost your character very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, again, you see, as you did up on the mountaintop near the trail off to Strahd's castle, that vast gatehouse in front of you once more. And for old time's sake, we should pop it onto this one more time. As that, but with a wagon as well, you clatter towards the vast gates of Barovia, and as you approach, they creak open on their own, still enchanted despite Strahd's absence. And as you pass between the beheaded knight, the guardians of the gates here, the road leading on into the woods becomes more and more indistinct as the mists get thicker and thicker. I need... Bjorn has had his roll for the night. I'm going to give each of you... a roll for the night. Edgar and Krieg, as you are driving our wagon, please each roll me a d6. As the mists come in around you and completely envelop you.
Whoa, this is just like my dream, you guys.
Rolled a 1?
Okay, Krieg?
I got a 3.
A 3. Okay.
My
Mist
8's looking pretty good.
completely obscure everything from view. And as you go in to the mists, there are, on occasion, strange noises. Asari, you think back to the top of the mountain, the hilltop, the mountain thane. As you looked out beyond the reaches of the stone circle, out to the mist wall that was so close there, and you remember seeing those huge leviathan dark shapes passing just on the edge of view. You feel their presence again. But they do not approach. They do not interfere with your journey. Edgar, Krieg, all of you from the back of the wagon as well, you see that the canopic jar is slightly illuminating, glowing, guiding you through the mists of Ravenloft. And, sorry, Edgar and Krieg, that was a 1 and a 3?
Mm-hmm, correct.
4 hours later. Could have been 12.
Woo!
4 hours later. Bjorn shifts and removes a layer of furs. As you all realize it's starting to get warm. And almost indistinguishably, the mists around you start to lighten. But it becomes more and more visible as the entirety of the mists become illuminated by what lies just beyond. And we have one more roll of the dice. Sarah, roll me a d12.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay. Just a moment, please. Oh no, my bad. Sorry. Roll me a d8. Sorry. I'm an idiot. And a 6 would have counted, but... Is it meant to be? Is it another 6?
It's a 1.
A 1?
The opposite of 6.
Okay.
Opposite of 6. The exact opposite of 6 is 1.
I've seen it die before.
Okay. As the mists lighten and the warmth gets more and more pronounced, a wind starts to blow through, shifting the mists around you. And then you feel something pattering against your face, and you look down, and on the bench seat at the front, there is sand. You see, sand is being blown in with this hot wind that's howling in from the mists above and in front of you. And you start to see, shrouded by the mists, so able to look at it, you see the glowing disk of the sun. Bjorn, Edgar, have you ever even seen the sun?
Nay, I say.
Right, you were born in Barovia after the arrival of Count Strad von Zarovich.
Look
You-
out, someone cast a fireball at us again.
Have never seen the sun in the sky. This huge golden disc floats high in the mists above you, and you emerge, slowing as the wagon's wheels sink into the sands of Har Akir. And you see, far below you, from this high point of a dune, you see a pyramid. Although not as you are all imagining it. The dark sides of this pyramid rise up as they would normally, and then about 2/3 of the way up, the angle shallows. And it continues to rise up to the point as regular, but it is not a straight ascent to the top. It goes 2/3 of the way up, then bends and leans in.
Interesting.
And you see... Hang on, let me just make sure I've got the description of this right. Yeah, you see this small pyramid. Sorry, about halfway up they shift to that shallower angle. Dark against the stark white sands, this black granite, small-sized pyramid lies ahead of you as you arrive in the north of Har Akir.
Oh my god, it's a new map. It's loaded. Woo!
And you are coming down there from the slithering sands next to the bent pyramid.
Bjorn leans in and says, "Are we there yet?"
Sporlax just looks. Duh!
Bent pyramid.
Sporlax, I'm not quite used to this.
And as the wagon slides down the dunes towards the black granite of the bent pyramid, beyond, far in the distance, is it a mirage? You're not sure. But you have, rather conveniently, arrived very close to Muhar Oasis and the capital city of Muhar that Edgar saw in his dreams. That D8 of Stephanie's determined which part of this map you entered from.
Oh.
And as we have finally gone beyond Barovia, as the premise promised, we are going to leave things there for now. A huge thank you to all of our raiders and everyone who joined us. Thank you. If you were there from the very start, bonus points. Thank you so much. But thank you for anyone and any length of time you're able to join us. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscriptions and the bits, the gifted subscriptions. Thank you all so much. It means so much to us. And yes, Rojax, we are beyond Barovia. And into our first new domain of dread, as all of Harakir awaits our adventurers.
Finally update my passport.
Get those stamps, get those stamps. We will be joining them again here in the deserts next time. And Esmeralda will hopefully snap out of it before then as well. And we look forward to seeing you all then. But before that, do join us in a matter of hours. 10 hours from now, we shall be in the Feywild, where Sir Talivar came from. And we shall be joining Stephanie and Colby again, and as well as our good friends Scarlet Song and DM Charlie, as we dive back into, speaking of travelling to new areas, the second area of the Domain of Delight known as Prismia, as we have left hither and we enter thither. Colby's character's home. Somewhere out there are some family members, and we are looking forward to seeing what lies in wait for them there as they take on the next hag of the Hourglass Coven. And that'll bring us round to Friday night, morning, depending where you are in the world, which will be a slight change to our regular scheduled program. On Tuesday, we were unable to play Rime of the Frost Maiden, so we have rescheduled to Friday. So we will be jumping into Icewind Dale on Friday night, if you are able to join us Friday morning, if that's where you are in the world. And that'll bring us round to Saturday, when we are back with our beloved Candlecreep Mysteries crew, also heading up into some mountains as they head towards Diaz's hometown, as such, to see just why it's gone so quiet. Now, that'll bring us around to next week, when we'll be back with Icewind Dale before you know it. So, a huge thank you to all of you. Thank you for joining us. Absolute pleasure to have you all here, as always. We are going to head off raiding somewhere. Let's see if any of our wonderful stream team are on. If they are not, do not miss out, everyone, and check out the link below. It has all links to all of our stream team members. A fabulous, fabulous group of streamers. Let's see, who is on? Yes, our good friend and stream team buddy Sensei Suplex is just getting rolling. Actually, let me just double check this is the starting screen, not a finishing screen. 2 seconds.
Sorry, John, I've got a meeting in the morning, so I'm going to duck out a little bit early. Just want to say thanks for hosting, thanks for DMing, thanks for everyone for sticking around for the story apps.
Literally 2 seconds, we are done.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone, thank you so much. Do stick around for that raid, let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, thank you for that follow. Look out for your invites to the followers Discord. And till next time, as I say around these parts, oyasuminasai.
Oyasuminasai.
Bye.
Bye.